What's up guys, it's Bucky and welcome to your 15th Pygame tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to be going over something called a vector. Now what a vector is pretty much the line that connects 2 points. So if you had a point in the top left corner and a point in the bottom right corner, it would be that imaginary line between those 2 points. So a vector has two main attributes. It has both a distance between those points, and it also has a direction from point A to point B. And we're going to be working with vectors because it's really important when you're building games for 2D games, and it's especially important when we're going to be building 3D games in the future. So these next couple series of tutorials is going to be going over vectors, and it's going to seem like a pain now, but I'll make it real easy for you. And trust me, when we're building our 3D graphics, you're definitely going to need to know this, so that's why. Now most people when they build vectors, they pretty much build a class for the vector because we're going to be doing a bunch of different functions to it. So we're going to want its own class so we can use those functions easily. So go ahead and build a class. Again, I deleted every single thing from our last tutorial. So go ahead and build a class. And actually, let me open up my. There we go. And you can name it anything you want. I'm going to go ahead and just name mine vector. And for your parameter, of course, put object. And we're only going to be building one function or method in this. This is the initialization function. So go ahead and def underscore underscore init underscore underscore. And this is, in case you never built an initialization function for, whenever we create an instance of this class, this is what it does automatically. So whenever we create an instance, we're going to pass it 3 parameters. And I know I didn't tell you guys before, I probably should have. All this function is going to do is calculate the difference from point A to point B. So we need the self parameter first, which is pretty much the instance, and then list1 and list2. Since we're going to be passing it 2 lists or 2 coordinates, and it's going to calculate the difference. So let's do that right now. Make a variable called self diff, which is going to be, in other words, our instance .diff. You'll see what it is later on. You should know this if you watch my Python tutorials. And the formula for calculating the distance or vector between 2 coordinates is, the first thing we have to do is take the first coordinate of our second list, so list 2 and 0, because remember the first one is 0, I know that's confusing, minus list 1 0. So this is going to give us our difference between the first point, and now to get the difference between the second point, go list 2 1, here we go, minus list 1 1. Make sure I got that right. List 2 0 1 0 2 1 1 1. So what this is going to do is take the first coordinate from our second list. Actually, I'll tell you whenever I make a list. So anyways, after we get done calculating that, we're just going to want to print out our answer. So print self diff, and now that's the only thing we need to build in our class for now. We only have one function, and it's our constructor function. So next, let's go ahead and make a list, and then after I do this, you're going to see what's going on. Make a list called A, and I know that I call a list a tuple, but just deal with it. And we'll make it like 20.0 for the first coordinate, 25.0 for the second one. Make another point, which is B, and set this equal to something like 40.0 and also 55.0. So these would represent points A and B. 20.0 would be 20 over, 25 down, and B would be 40 over, 55 down. So let's go ahead, and after this, what we want to do is create an instance of our class. So just name it thing or whatever you want, and set it equal to your class name, with your parameters being A and B. And what this is going to do is take the A coordinate, or excuse me, A point and B point, and pass them in here and calculate the difference. And I'll show you guys after I run it how this does it. Let's go ahead and run the module, click OK, and we're gonna get oh man, you can almost see it. We're gonna get 20 and 30. So what this did is calculated 40 minus 20, which was 20, and 55 minus 25, which was 30. Now let me show you guys visually how this does it. This represents list 1, since it's the first variable passed in is A, and B represents list 2. So whenever you see list 2, it's B. So list 2, the first coordinate is 40, minus list 1, the first coordinate, which is 20. So that's what gives you the 20. And in list 2, the second coordinate, which is 55, minus list 1, the second coordinate, which is 25, this gives you the 30. So that's your real basics on how to build a vector class. And I know it might seem confusing for now, but after you watch me do this a couple times or you practice with it, it's going to be a lot easier. So play around with that, and probably once you build it, you're going to understand what's going on. But if not, I'll clear things up for you in the next couple tutorials. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.